it's the area, the Bush Mountain it meant a lot to me. So just growing up in the nature, it's a country and the city. It was really a gift for all of us who grew up in Bush Mountain. We all have stories.
You know, when you think about communities as being these sort of small little places within a larger context of a city like Atlanta, you realize that each community has an amazing individual history and a personality and a story.
Community members were already living in proximity to nature and using nature in a way that is oftentimes left off of the conservation narrative.
So one thing that I've learned through this process is the story of the grandfather tree that's right here in the Outdoor Activity Center. I just love the community's reverence for that tree. It speaks to not only their long view of history, but also the fact that nature tells stories. And I think it's sort of a posture that the community has toward the green space and nature that I think is unique to this area.
And it opens the space up to students that don't see themselves all looking like Bill Nye. But I think that it's interesting to also be able to say that there are scientists, academics, and people who care about nature, and they look like you.
Back in the day, you had more black people involved. Once the older people passed on, the moms and the papas passed on, and then they left the kids, and some of the kids, they moved out the neighborhood.
Well, you know, I mean, let's not run away from the reality of gentrification and what that means, especially for a community like this. And so I think a part of the reason why these stories are important and these projects are important is that as the neighborhood changes, the narrative could easily change. So it feels like it's a great opportunity now to tell the richness of this community that was at one time and still is at the present a predominantly black community.
This project helps us fulfill the intent of capturing in this moment the importance of the Bush Mountain community and the elements that exist here in perpetuity.
And hopefully this is really just a start and something that will continue over time as a way to gather, preserve, collect, and share community stories.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add, or that's all my questions?
Well, not really, but it's just like say, keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.